Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play series for F1 Manager 2024. I'm very excited to get into this game. I have played 22 and 23. Now this is our third year doing an F1 Manager game. There are quite a few new improvements in the game this year. I think it's built on the same engine, so nothing graphically better necessarily, but there are definitely some new elements. New things with sponsorships, how those work. The fact that we can create a team, which we will be doing. As you can see, I did experiment a little bit with the create a team just to kind of figure out how I wanted to start this a little bit. We didn't get very far. I just kind of played around with it a little bit. But we'll be jumping right into a create a team. What else? We'll see. We'll see when we get in there. There's definitely some cool, exciting stuff. I'm having a lot of fun with the game so far. Hopefully you guys will as well. You can even see my created team here in the background, actually. Spoilers. Well, it'll be different, so don't worry about the spoilers here, but we'll see in just a moment. As you can see, I can actually create my logo. Awesome. Before I get too far into this, I do want to say, well, first off, thank you for watching. And if you do like these types of videos and want to see more of them, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you know when these videos and others like them go live. Also consider commenting below. I try to read all the comments, reply to as many as I can. And also, if you really want to support the channel, I do have channel memberships turned on and you can support it that way. But without further ado, let's get in to create a team. Yeah, we already got one started, then no big deal.
Formula One, a new season and a new dawn as a brand new team lines up on the grid. That means an even harder challenge to secure that coveted championship silverware, as the on-track action is turned right up to 11. We're ready for excitement ahead as the teams return to the drawing board in the battle to end Red Bull's dominance. They'll need to balance their aspirations for high performance with the risk of pushing too far and inviting catastrophic failures out on the track. With many drivers on the last year of their contracts, team principals will need to ensure that they're kept in the right mindset across the whole season, as well as managing sponsor demands and protecting their most valuable assets from the prying eyes of their rivals. As a new competitor enters the fray, anything is possible. This is Formula One.
Anything is possible, including us losing every single game the first season out. We are going to try to make this pretty hard for ourselves, guys. So do not expect big wins in this first season. That's okay. We're going to play it out here. We are obviously going to become Broyar Racing. We do have origins here. Each of these origins kind of has a little flavor of, you know, how good the cars are, the facilities are, things like that. We're just going to start with the very first one, our story. This is our story, which hopefully will make it a little bit harder because we're going to be tweaking some settings here in just a moment. First up, we're not starting with 40 million bucks. We're starting with 2 million bucks. Yeah. And we're also starting with level 1 facilities. We're going to start with level 1 car performance. We are starting at rock bottom. Let's go. Staff. We are not starting with this staff. Some of this staff is just a little too good for me. And we actually might end up with some of this. Come to think of it, I'm looking at some of the stats here. We might actually end up with some of these guys. Let's go look at drivers real quick. So that's not what I wanted. I want to, oh yeah, come in here. We want to drop the drivers down to level 1 and we will let us look at either real or just auto-generated ones. And we're going to take a look at these. I don't want anybody too old. Zane Maloney wouldn't be too bad of a pickup. Jack Doohan, Dennis Hogger. I definitely want Oliver. Oliver's 18 years old. We've used Oliver in the past. I do like the idea of picking up. Honestly, I might even go down here to Isaac or Isaac maybe Hajar. That might be a good pickup for us. 18 years old. Even Pepe Marty here would not be. Actually, you know what? Let's just start with two 18-year-olds. I've used Jack Crawford before. I've never used Pepe Marty. And I also have used Oliver Bierman. But you know what? Let's start with Oliver Bierman. Let's go with 18-year-olds. These are not going to be great drivers, obviously, because they are very, very young. And they're also skill level, you know, rating level 1. So we're definitely giving ourselves a little bit of a rough start, but a promising start because these guys could develop someday. Let's take a look at the staff. I will drop these down to 1. We'll make sure these are set to all as well. You could just go with Jody here, I guess. I mean, we've already got it at rank 1. Any reason to make it harder on ourselves than we have to? Let's just go with... Let's do it generated, but now let's just go with the best of the level 1s. I think that's an okay standard to make give ourselves. If for some reason this ends up being too easy, then I guess next year or next time we do this, we can make an adjustment. But we'll go ahead and grab you. Theoretically, the best of the level 1s here. This looks like I don't know if this is a generated. I guess it's isn't generated. This is somebody who just doesn't have a face. I think this one's generated though. We'll grab you. And these all are all 77. I'm going to grab you. And I think I'm going to grab you. You're a little bit younger. Maybe you'll have more room to develop. I honestly don't know if the development works the same way for the staff. But I think that's a good setup. Not the worst we could get, because I think that would be a little too hard. But also just not that great. I mean, we're on... I mean, if we look at it, we're on rating level 1 out of 5 rating levels, right? So we are at the bottom of the barrel there. So I think that's pretty good. All right, let's go with that. Yeah, I'm happy with this driver setup. I've never used Marty before, and Oliver. I do like Oliver. I had to use Oliver last year. We're gonna go with Mercedes here. It's got the best engine durability, the best ERS durability, and the best gearbox durability. And durability is gonna be important for us because we want to be able to last the season without having to buy a lot of extra stuff, because we need to use our money for more important things like research. Research is going to be absolutely critical for us. We're not even going to do that much manufacturing, to be perfectly honest. We're going to basically do just enough manufacturing to kind of get by. All right, team colors. Well, we definitely got to use Broyar blue here, which I've already plugged in here. 288655. If you ever want to know the hue, saturation, brightness for Broyar blue officially, there you go. That'll be our primary team color. Secondary, I think we're going to make it black. That's not true black though, right? I want it to be like black. Yeah, so let's make it black. And then the middle one, probably some sort of gray. Maybe. So I think that would just be, it doesn't matter which one we use. I think it's just the saturation comes down and then we adjust the brightness to a decent gray. I don't know. I already have one plugged in there. I actually already have one plugged in. Okay, we'll grab that one. So blue, black, and gray. I think that's going to be a good setup for us. That's our team colors. We'll change the livery in a bit. All right, team principal. I'm pretty sure that will be me. Hopefully I don't get fired from my own named team. That would be embarrassing. First time. Yeah, first time. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We want to be an experienced manager. Guidance. Yeah, we don't need any guidance for this. I think we're going to be fine. Car development will be hard and race will be hard. Cool. So that is hard mode, guys. This is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. We did it last year with 23, but we didn't do the creative team. And the creative team, I think, adds another level of difficulty even above and beyond what we were at before. Let's go look at some of the menu options. First off, obviously we got most of these are the same. We got the mailbox. Welcome to Broyar Racing. Thank you. I created it, so I'm basically welcoming you. It just should be the other way around. Obviously the calendar, the racetracks, nothing new there. This screen looks a little bit different, but overall the same in a sense. What is this? Oh, this is the different races. Oh, I have not looked at this before. That's cool. I mean, not super relevant for us this year because it's just not going to matter. I'm assuming the closer we get to the side, we go from orange probably to white to green, maybe. Probably red at the low end. Who knows? It might be a blue or a green, something like that at the high end. Obviously, we got terrible cars. Oh, by the way, in case you were not aware, we didn't replace a team. We are an additional team. So there are now 11 teams in this lineup, which is why when we looked at the car, we are the 21st and 22nd ranked cars. In fact, that one is red. So we're dead last, guys. We are the worst cars in the entire thing. Let's see here. Team branding. Let's go look at team branding. Let's make sure we get all this set up. This is very important. This is like probably one of the most important things you can do is team branding here. I'm going to grab... I don't need this saved one because that's got some logos that we don't need, but I will grab... Actually, let me go back. Discard. Let me just create a new one. We're going to use this first color scheme. I mean, we might change this around as the years progress. We'll just use these first two and then we'll kind of go from there. Paint. I would love to use a Broyar blue, but I think that's a little too bright. Is it? Actually, that does look kind of nice. That looks pretty nice, actually. Kind of clean. We're going to just grab all three of these colors here. A little bit lighter gray, but honestly, yeah. I like the starting with the black base, though. Or I don't know why the black is what is becoming the base. Could flip-flop those, but no, I like the black being kind of the darker color here, which is interesting that it's not actually our primary. Oh, we can do a different finish. Oh yeah. Ooh, carbon fiber. That's kind of cool. We're doing satin. And the reason we're doing satin is because I actually yeah. I have a satin finish on my car in real life, so well, I say satin finish. I have a wrap on my car that gives it a satin finish, so I'm kind of partial to the satin finish. I think it's kind of cool. Don't get me wrong, gloss is nice. Gloss is nice, but I kind of like the satin finish. It's cool. All right, we'll go with that. Very happy with all those, and we will save this. We'll just save it over this original one. We don't need that anymore. That'll just be our base one. The second one there will be once we get some sponsors, and we'll kind of play around with that. And that's where the decals come into play. Cool. All right, that is that. And wait, did it not change it? I want you. Why are you not changing it? There we go. Apply changes and exit. There we go. That's what we wanted. So there we go. There's our car. Looking pretty sweet. Driver suits, we will go ahead and edit these as well. Let's get a new one. We'll just start with the top one here. Again, we'll kind of work our way down as time progresses. We will primary black, I think. And then we'll secondary the Broyar blue. And then the tertiary will be that lighter gray. And I'm okay with that. On the suits. I like the black suits, I think. I'm happy with that. On the helmets, however, we're going to do the other way around. We're going to put the blue as a primary and black. And then the gray. And that'll give us a little bit of splash of color up top. And I'm happy with that. We will save that. That'll be our primary thing here. And apply changes and exit. Yes. Cool. I'm pretty happy with how that looks. And then logo. Oh, we got to recreate the logo. That's fine. So new logo. It will not be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess 5. A decagon. It will not be a decagon. It will be a hexagon. And we need to rotate it here in a moment. So we'll do that. We'll change the color to Broyar blue. We will change the rotation here. Doesn't really matter which direction we go, as long as it's 90. There we go. Confirm. And I think we'll change the size a little bit, actually. I forgot to do that. We can bump that up a little bit here. Just make sure it looks good. We'll just kind of put it on the edge there. I think that's going to be fine. Be about as big as it needs to be. Cool. Happy with that. And then let's add another layer, which is awesome. The fact that you can add these layers. This whole logo design is very cool. Outline, we don't want... I think we want... Yeah, I think we just want the... this one. Oh, not the B, of course. We want the, no, not the A. I think it was whatever it was set up. We want the B here. We do want this just to be white. So that's all good. And we will obviously adjust some of the settings here. So what do we want to do? We want to shrink up the size a little bit. So we want to shrink it in a little bit here. Because it's got to be a little bit thinner and a little bit... See, how does it look? I had one pulled up a second ago. Pretty thin. Something like that. But then we want to go back and bring it up a little bit again. Pretty close. Something like that. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Close enough. We will take that and save that. I'm going to save it over that because I think I had changed the blue color a little bit to be more accurate. And by that, I mean, I literally looked up. I actually grabbed my logo and put it in Photoshop and grabbed the all the settings and stuff for it. All right, so we did get the logo. Yes, we did. Cool. Obviously, this was the most important part of the save, so actually we're going to go ahead and call the save there. we'll call that a win. And hopefully I get to see you guys in F1 Manager 25. Just kidding. You could spend hours doing customization on games like this. It's a lot of fun. All right, what is next? We have very little money. And by little money, we have basically no money. We do have drivers here. Obviously, there's our drivers. We can look at that here in a moment. We have a concept of affiliates, which is kind of cool. Affiliates are drivers that you can train. You can direct how they get trained and to potentially pull them into your main team at some point in the future. So a Verity Alum here, high development rate. I mean, honestly, no particular reason why this person couldn't become somebody pretty awesome someday. Same thing with Graham McGuire here. So we do have the opportunity to develop these guys a little bit. I'll probably play around with the development a little bit later. It's the same as F1 Manager 23. If you watch that, no real differences there as far as choosing the development. It's really just coming over here and picking a focus. Same thing for the driver. So I'll play around with that a little bit later. Pit crew is the same as well. You come in here and you edit this. Literally looks the exact same. So no changes to the pit crew or the development of these guys. I think the only big difference here is that they've moved the managers, the race engineers over here under this page as opposed to the other one. That's the only one I've seen so far. I hate that these guys have a negative mentality, and that's not really going to change anytime soon. What else do we want to do? We could do some scouting. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with starting with the people we got for now. Let's see if we can get these guys developed. I definitely like the drivers we got. I plan on keeping these drivers indefinitely, honestly. We might still do some scouting, but I'm not super concerned about it right this second. Facilities, one thing we absolutely want to do right at the get-go is start building our tour center. We have to use some of our money for that because this just brings in just free weekly income. It pays for itself very quickly, and then it's just free money after that. The other thing we really want to do, honestly, is build a helipad. That's going to help us get more sponsor money as well. So those are two very important things, in my opinion, to get maxed out as soon as possible, because those are going to just ultimately get you more money overall. Obviously, nothing really here. The only big thing I want to call out here, they expect us to be 9th or above out of 11 teams. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I might get fired from my my own team, which will be really sad. We will be getting $4 million monthly payments from the board budget. Yeah, that's basically it. Let's go. And I like the fact that they do show F2 and F3 in here. It would be cool if we could start at the F3 level and work our way up like you can in Motorsport Manager. But I don't think that's a thing that exists in real F1. I'm assuming it doesn't, but you never know. Anything else we want to look at here? We're about to come up on our first race here very soon. I don't know if we're going to even do any parts yet. I don't think we're going to touch parts just yet. I mean, we want to do some. Let me think about that. We'll probably do some parts here in a moment. Let me zip through this real quick. And the reason I want to zip through this is we're about to get to a sponsor negotiation. And that's going to be important to show you guys, because that is one of the other new features they've added in. We're going to keep pushing the helipad and, again, the tour center up basically every chance we get, as long as we have a little bit of money here. We're about to get a little bit of money, though. A little influx of money from our sponsors. So the sponsor thing is similar to what you would see from... It's similar in the sense this is we've done sponsors in F1 Manager 23 before, but they're done differently, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's the same idea as far as, like, you get money up front at the beginning of the season or throughout the season as well, with different obligations, different things like that. But they've presented it different. And I actually like the way they present it here. There's three main ways that you get funded. You've got guaranteed upfront funding. So basically, as soon as I click the button, we have that money in our bank account. Obviously, guaranteed money, very strong. You also have engagement money that comes along basically every month. As you do certain engagements throughout the months, you have certain goals that you have to reach. You'll get that money just for doing the engagement. Now, the engagements are, they hit you, right? They hit you on, like, they might lower a driver's focus, or they might lower how much time you have to manufacture stuff. We've seen that again in F1 Manager 23, where you have all these different obligations you can do, and you can pick how many you do throughout the season, and that just affects certain aspects of your team. This first year, we're probably going to max out the engagements as much as we can, because that's a good way to get maximum money long-term, because we don't really care about the impacts to our drivers and everything else right now, because we're kind of in the first season and we're just expecting to lose. The biggest thing for us is to get the most money possible. And then finally, race day. The race day sponsorship is going to come from performance, and that's where you can see these performance reliance down here. This one relies a little bit more on performance. These two rely on very little on performance, which is weird because this one actually has 6.4 million on the race day. But anyway, and so those are the things like reach, you know, top 10 or something like that, you know, things like that. And it's a little bit different than it used to be. We'll take a look at that when we actually get to a race. But think of it this way. Upfront money, like I said, guaranteed. Engagement money will have an impact on your team, but typically is worth more. It's going to give you more money than the upfront money. And then race day money is not guaranteed. You've got to perform well. And so for our team, who's going to be dead last the entire season, probably not going to take, we're going to probably minimize as much race day money as possible. But later on, when we're actually competing, yeah, we might be picking race day money more often, because I would imagine it's probably more money overall than the upfront money, but it's harder to get. You know what I mean? So, so what do we got here? Obviously, the one that's got the most total funding is the one that's got the big pull of race day money down there. It's also a 2-star sponsor, so something to think about there. It's actually only 2 million less than this 1-star sponsor here, and it comes with a little bit more engagement and a lot more race day. Now, we might not ever get the race day, but if we just add the upfront and the engagement, that's 38 million bucks, 38.5 million bucks. That's already more. Sorry, I can't do math. It's important to do math. 28.5 million bucks, which is not quite as much as this, but if you take off the race day from this, it is actually more, right? They're taking off the race day from this, puts it down to about 25 mil. And this is 28.5 because we can guarantee the upfront and we can guarantee the engagement because we're going to do late engagements. We'll count that as a guaranteed money, essentially. The only other option would be to grab this one, which gets us 31.2 total, because it's got a very small amount of upfront, but a massive chunk of engagement money that we will be able to get. That one might be worth more, honestly. 30.5. We're going to be able to get some of the race day. We're just going to be able to get a very small portion of the race day. I think we take the tier 2. I think the tier 2 is just going to ultimately math out to be better. I think it's only missing this one by a million, maybe a million and a half, something like that. And if we can get some of the race day, even if it's just a tiny, tiny fraction of that, that probably makes up any difference anyway. So we're going to grab that one. And then we've got these optional sponsors. I'm a little disappointed about some of these optional sponsors because, unless it's going to do something different for me this time, because I was expecting this to randomize this list every time. So I just wanted to pick the best one every single time, the one that fits me. But I think once you pick them, you just grab the 5 from this list. So I guess you leave one out. So I guess it's still a little bit of a choice. We don't really want to add more race day. This one, see, you can see the little symbol down here. This one's big on the race day stuff. And there are 2 activities that you have to do. You have to have 2 race day appearances. That lowers your driver performance rating. Again, first season out, we don't really care. I mean, more engagement money is really good for us. This is 8 million more engagement money versus 6.9 million upfront and engagement there. I think we definitely take Henrik. I want to look at these tier 3s and tier 2s, of course, because they seem to have more money. And I'm assuming as our marketability goes up, we'll get more of these next year that are like tier 5 and things like that. I mean, this 7.6 mil engagement money seems like easy mode. We're definitely going to grab that one, even though it's a tier 1. So it really comes down to these other ones. We're not taking Serpent. I don't want race day money. So we're going to grab, I guess, 3 these. Actually, that's the choice. We're not taking Serpent, and we can get 3 more. So we're just going to grab all 3 of these. That makes our choice easy. So there we go. We're going to have 25.6 mil up front. We're going to have 33.1 mil engagement and 25.8 mil race day, which we probably won't get overall. But our overall thing is moderate performance reliance. That's okay. Obviously, I prefer it to be low, but I guess we've got to have a little bit of performance reliance to make it worthwhile. And we're going to have a little bit of driver performance rating drop and driver marketability and facility effectiveness overall dropping. So I don't think I'm too worried about that, though. Let's go. Confirm that. Preference VIP. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm happy with all of this. Total funding is 84.5, which is great. We do have decals available. So let me go. Does it auto-populate? I think it auto-populates as soon as I do my first race. So I'm going to wait because that's what it did last time. It just auto-populated and then we'll adjust. Actually, I can see them already on there. Oh, well then why is it not showing up here? A little confusing. They're on there. Yeah, I think after the first race we'll see them. I don't know why it's not showing up. You can see them on the car. I want to change them, and I'll show you what I want to change them to in a later. But I do want to change them because you can make them not colored. I want to make them flat, like a silhouette. So I think they look a little cleaner on the car. But we'll worry about that later. Let's get into this. It's possible I can just go back in here now. Maybe it was just while I was sitting there looking at it, it wasn't showing up. No, still not. Okay, I think definitely after the first race they'll show up. Sponsor plan. So sponsor plan is now that we've said we're going to do a bunch of engagements to get all our money, we have to reach these goals in order to get that money. So we've got 3,375 points that we need to get. We can go through here and we can kind of pick and choose what we want to do based off of the impacts that we're worried about, things like that. There's driver activity, there's staff activity, there's VIP activities. As you can see here, that's what that was saying. Okay. But another thing we can do, we just autofill these. And again, first season out, I just don't really care about the impacts that much. I mean, the only pick I might care about is like developing car parts or researching car parts. The rest of this is fine. This will get us to our threshold, and this should get us all of our required money, which is great. And then we have a mandatory activity up here, which apparently is already going to be happening. So confirm that, get all that. I don't think we get that money until we complete that, but we do have 26.7 million bucks in the bank account right now. So even though we started with 2 mil, we now have money, which is great because we need to go do some car stuff. Car part development. We have to do enough car part development to not be absolute dead last. So first thing for first, we are going to absolutely do an underfloor. And I would really like to do 2 parts for each of these that I'm going to do here. We're going to put hours into this underfloor. Get another ATR in 9 days, which will let me get the other, which actually means I'm probably going to max this one out. Underfloor is very important. At least it was last year and the year before, I believe. So I'm assuming underfloor is still kind of a strong foundation to start with. We'll go ahead and plug this into all of these. And then in 9 days, we'll do the front wing and the rear wing. And those will be our first 4 parts that we focus on. That'll give us a good balance of all the cornering stats effectively. The only other thing I want to call out is there is a new stat here, or a new stat, maybe a reworded stat. It used to be brake cooling, and now it's called tire preservation. As far as I can tell, it's effectively the same stat. I think they just renamed it. So there we go. We're doing that. Lifespan is still in here. If we really wanted to make this game hard, we could max out the lifespan, which obviously reduces how much points we get. I think the game's going to be hard enough with the creative team anyway. I guess if we breeze right through this, we can always come back and do it again with slight adjustments. But for now, we are going to continue the trend of lowering the minimum lifespan and maxing the other parts that we want. And I'm using my little cheat sheet from last year. I'm assuming the stats have not changed too much from last year. And usually for underfloor, I do all the downforce bits. And that should get us a good chunk of performance here. Up 6 from the high speed, 2 and 2 on the medium low speed, which is awesome. We do, okay. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's just a new different game design. I think it's a bug. But once you put engineers in, you cannot modify engineers anymore once the project started. Which means, used to, I would put like a bunch of engineers here, go do another one, and then maybe I might tweak them as time get by just to kind of rush something out a little bit sooner and stuff like that. Once I've locked engineers in here, they're done. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm hoping it's just a bug. We shall see. This will be, this is going to be a pretty beefy underfloor. So, it's going to take us 22 days plus, what, 8 for underfloors? So, 30 days is what we're sitting at right now. Let me actually start that. Let me get lower back down for a second. We're at 33.41. So this will get us in time for Suzuka. If we wanted it in time for Melbourne, we'd have to get it in 21 days, which we cannot do. So there's no real point. There's no real gain to getting it faster because it's going to have to come out for Suzuka no matter what we do. The only gain would be to we could shave off 8 more days to get 2 of them out. That would put us down to 25. If we do 5 engineers, we will be able to get 2 parts done, right? 8 and 8, 16. Yeah. So we might do that. Just to be able to get a couple, but 1 for each car out in time. No. First season out. We just need to beef up 1 car. Yeah, we don't need the second car. Second car is, if we balance out our production, we're going to be spending a lot more money on parts. Yeah, we just need the 1 car to have an underfloor. Yeah. Okay. Then we can get it out in... Our second car is just going to be a placeholder, I think. I don't think there's any... I mean, the only value would be if the first car crashes, then the second car might have a chance, but we're not going to have much of a chance, I don't think. So we want it out in 33 days. Which I think was just 1 engineer. All right. Oh, we do want to do intense because I want to get as much expertise as possible here. It's going to cost us more, but that's all right. I got a plan. All right, next, we're not going to design the rear wing, front wing yet because we want to wait for the other hours. What else could we design? Do we want to design anything for any other parts? We might do a non-intense research for the other parts. Just like a simple one, maybe. I'm worried we're going to go too far into the money and not be able to do research. We just did a normal of some of these other ones, though. I don't think it'd be that bad. At least do the chassis. Chassis is usually pretty good, right? And I usually think I just do airflow middle on the chassis. Everything else drops out. And the airflow middle is going to help us with top speed as well, I believe. Yeah, high speed. I think this is fine. And we'll just do a normal here. Chassis are 10 days. So we want to get a chassis out in time for, let's say, the Suzuka. We need to get it down to 31 days. That'll work. I don't think there's no way we get it down to 17 days, right? Close, but not quite. So we'll do 30 days, and that'll get us 1 chassis in time for that. This will just be normal. We're going to save a little bit of money here. We're just going to get 1 out just to get a little boost. And because we've got to get 9th place. We can't get fired from our own team. I mean, we can, but that would be terrible. Other than that, that's going to be it. I'm going to go play around with some settings. Actually, you know what? I can bring you guys along for this. This will be fine. What is your weakest thing? Overtaking. Definitely overtaking. Possibly smoothness, because that's going to hurt our tires. So anything with overtaking and smoothness would be ideal. Race strategy, overtaking, smoothness, a little bit of defending. That's actually another one that's Brad. He's got good reactions, but I think this covers the other ones. I like it. Let's do race strategy for you. And then Marty here. Your worst is defending and adaptability. We don't care about adaptability as maybe I probably should, but not right this second. Cornering. Cornering's your worst. Cornering, braking, accuracy, defending. Is there one that has all of those? Actually, I can look at it. Pace short runs or pace short runs has all 3 of those. Doesn't have the defending, but that's okay. So we'll do pace short runs, which actually does get us the adaptability, but that's okay. Cool. Happy with that. We can see how some of the other buildings and things like that are affecting him. Currently, we don't have any of those, so no positive effect from those at all at the moment. If we come in here, we want you guys to focus on communication first and foremost, I think, followed by composure. I'll usually leave feedback behind. I don't really care about feedback as much. I mean, it's good to get it eventually, but composure and communication are the primaries, in my opinion. Feedback helps you get your setups quicker in practice. I usually don't have problems getting my setups to a good high place, so that's the reason I don't usually prioritize those. So that'll take care of you, and the same training for you. Responsiveness here. Cool. We do need to get some of the team hubs and things like that built because these guys obviously need to start getting some training. Let's go look at our other staff. What do you got going on? I really want to bump the underfloor up as much as possible. So underfloor and probably... I don't know, front wing maybe? Side pods. Side pods is actually pretty bad on you. Why say bad? I mean, it's one of your worst. Okay, we'll do ground effect. I think that's fine. For you, I kind of want you to just be balanced, honestly. You're already balanced. So truth be told, you're going to be one of the few people I just leave unbalanced. Just develop evenly. I'm okay with that. This is our sporting director. So our pit crew. Aptitude is very important to get maxed out, followed by, I would say, training and then maybe processes. So is there one that does all of those? No, other than balanced. I don't care about leadership as much. So I said aptitude followed by training. There's not one for aptitude and training, so never mind. Maybe aptitude and processes. I want to get aptitude maxed out. Aptitude dictates your maximum that you can train to. Obviously, training means you train faster, and then processes, I think, means you train more frequently because you're not tired as much. So they're all good. They all fit together. And then finally, leadership just means when you have a mistake, it's not as bad, which it's fine. We do need leadership at some point, but I want to focus on aptitude first, get our pit crew as good as possible. I don't want to plan for mistakes. I want to make it fast when we don't have mistakes, things like that. Cool. Happy with that. I do want to change the pit crew here real quick. My opinion, and this is just my opinion. You guys, I should have changed this earlier. I was kind of talking and doing stuff. It's okay. Not a big deal. I want to focus on gym training as much as humanly possible. Because in my mind, gym training, getting the estimated pit stop down as quickly as possible or as low as possible is step one. Once you get the pit stop down to a pretty good spot, then we can focus on some of the actual pieces of training, I should say. Looks like we can still do it. Can't really see the race day, but I think we're okay here. I think I can even plug in. Well, let's just do it that way. We're just going to play it safe. We'll leave 2 days. I should have plugged. I think we missed 2 days of training, but it's not the end of the world. Life goes on. I was talking too much and forgot that I hadn't set that. And then, do we want to do some scouting? Just because? Why not? I mean, I'd rather scout people that I might consider. Like, we can bring somebody like Hogger in as a affiliate, I suppose, if we really... I don't know how much we're going to play around with the affiliates right now, to be perfectly honest. I'll go scout you, just to say we can get some scouting done. But I'm not super concerned about it right this second. And we still have money. Do we want to put something into one of these bad boys? Actually, no, what we want to do is get our race drivers getting some development very quickly. Yeah. I want to build the race simulator. We have enough to build the team hub too. I mean, the faster we get development, the better. Getting team marketability up might be important by end of year, but since we've already picked our sponsors, it probably isn't as important right this second. I think the rest of this is all good. I do want to get the weather center up eventually, but early in the game, probably less important. Boardroom, yeah, not important right now. The only other thing would be one of these, but I just don't know. We don't have a ton of money right now. So I think we'll hold off on these until maybe next year. It's not great, but I think it's going to have to be. All right. Is that it? We ready to go to the race? I think we're ready to go to the race. This first episode is going to be a bit long. Hey, we've already got a performance boost on our guy here. That's awesome. You're so bad. This first run is not going to go well. Surprise, surprise. All right, tour center. We're going to keep upgrading this every chance we get until we get it maxed out. All right, season starting. So before in 23, you would have to pick that whole, how are you going to do in qualifying? How are you going to do in the race? And what was the other one? Oh, the guarantees over the course of like X number of practice sessions or X number of qualifying sessions or X number of racing sessions, right? There was things like prizes for first place, things like that. Well, we don't have those, at least not right now. Not with the package that we got. Maybe it comes up later if we got one of the bigger packages. I honestly don't know. But the good news is we're going to get money every single week because we only have to get one of our drivers to 21st place. and there's only 22 cars. So no matter how badly we do, one of our drivers will always be 21st. So we're going to get a little bit of money for these every single week, which is why I kind of said that race money, that pool of race money, technically, we're going to be able to get some of that. So that's why I'm happy with that. So we'll go ahead and lock up both of those as 21st place. One of them will get there. Hey, who knows? Maybe somebody crashes ahead of us and both of them get there. You never know. Pretty sure the engine for the races is the same, so I'm not going to really look at that too much. Practice and everything else also looks basically the same. The only difference, and I want to call this out, is if you simulate practices, your simulated crew is dumb. They do not know how to figure out setups, from what I can tell. I usually sim at least the first one. Not sim, I usually manage the first one just so I can get at least close to the top end. And then once I get above 95%, they usually don't mess that up. But if I'm at like 80%, they'll never get there. And if I just give them, if I don't do anything like I did last year, they'll be at 20%. I guarantee they're going to be at 20% no matter what happens. I don't know if it's a bug. I don't know if it's intended. I don't know what. But do not simulate all of your practice sessions. Your crew will not figure out a setup at all. So I'm going to be managing the first one. Depending on how good we do, I'll either manage the second one or sim the last two, and then we'll get into qualifying. So I'm actually going to go do that, and I'll bring you guys back probably for the race because the qualifying is actually not going to be that exciting either. So we'll be right back. All right, we are back for the race. I was able to get 97 and 98 respectively on the setups. Actually, Behrman qualified 20th. A little shocking. Maybe somebody crashed out or something because I don't think he would have qualified 20th naturally. Let's jump in here and look at the tire stuff. Now the tire stuff I've noticed, excuse me, is a little harder to min-max the way I would like to. All of these strategies are saying about the same. I'm going to go with this one down here. I like starting with softs, ending with softs, and having mediums in the middle. I think I'm happy with that. Can we get more out of this if we bump this up a little bit? Why did that race time? That was weird. I'm sure why it's showing. Okay, I just hadn't updated. Can we get more race time if we move some stuff around here? What if we like really max this out? Kept that going pretty normal there, but slowed down. We can actually get a second. So that is about the most I've been able to get. 1, maybe 2 seconds sometimes of extra time. I have not been able to find a good way to min-max these quite the way I want to, but I think this is going to be fine for that strategy. And then for you, you're saying 2 mediums and a soft. You must have different. Yeah, you have worse smoothness, don't you? Okay. I doubt we're going to be able to tweak this much because there's not much tweaking room here. I mean, we can get it the same by just really pushing that first stint. Might get us something. What if we went the other way and just drop that one down? I don't think we're going to get anything better than that, actually. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about the same no matter what we do. So I think I'm just going to leave the strategy as is. We're not going to change anything. We'll just do that strategy right there. And at least get some a little bit different, little offset. Let's go. Let's get our first race in the books. I doubt it's going to be very good, but truth be told, all we got to do is stay alive. Maybe somebody will have a boo-boo. We can capitalize on that a bit. All right. Oh, by the way, I didn't bring this up. Well, you can simulate races now. And I think I might have said it slightly earlier. I can't remember. But yeah, you can simulate races now, which does mean this first season out, because this is going to be such a slow and not slow, but kind of a boring season because we're basically be dead last for at least the first half. If we start getting a little bit better than dead last, I might come back and do more. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show this race today. We'll get this first episode out. And then I'm probably going to be simulating a big chunk of the season, quite frankly. I might bring you guys back in for highlights here and there, but for the most part, we're going to be simulating this season just to get this first season in the books and kind of go from there. So we'll see how it goes. But let's go ahead and manage this first race, though. Get a good look at our team, see how bad we are. Bad. Was that?
Chance to see just what
Did that say
young
crowd
players
strike?
can achieve here.
Promising position for them.
That aged well.
They'll be looking to make the most of the slipstream.
That car aged very well. Yeah.
This is it.
I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right. Looks like battle assist is already set. Perfect. That's what we would like to see. Well, let's go watch this race. The very first race. Oh, by the way, we do have a new camera view, helicopter view, which is awesome. But we're gonna watch this first race from Mr. Behrman here. I keep saying Behrman. Is it probably Behrman? Mr. Oliver. Let's get a good view of his perspective here. Look at them lime green, blindingly offensive paint colors there. I think Alpine is estimated to be our closest rivals. So that is them, at least one of their cars in front of us right now. Obviously, we know our cars are slow, but we just gotta stay close. Maybe capitalize on any mistakes that are made. As soon as we start doing some development, though, I think we'll have a chance to not be absolute dead last. All right, let's go ahead and trim you back down to our actual strategy, and you are going to be on your strategy there. And let's keep pushing. So, Kick here, whoever, I think it's Kick, something like that. I'm assuming that's Alfa Romeo. It's got Zhao and Bottas on there. We've played them before. I kind of like the Alfa Romeo car much better than I like that lime green. Yeah, no, that's not in my color wheel, guys. Not in my color wheel. We did get DRS there, surprisingly. I think we're going to be out of DRS in a moment, but got a little bit of DRS there for a moment. All right, let's go ahead and have you start topping up. Please don't crash into each other, guys. Show off a little bit of the helicopter view. I actually think it's a little bit more... I don't know, it's too fast. I think this one's not as good at speed 2, honestly. Oh, sorry. My bad. Let's go ahead and drop you guys back on fuel as well. All right, well, let's go ahead and speed up. Nothing really to see here. We're going to be, again, winning for this race for us is getting across the finish line without crashing. That is our version of winning. And we'll be quite happy with that. We are quite slow. I actually don't know which of our drivers is better. I assumed Oliver would be, but we're pretty close. I mean, neither one of them is pulling away from the other right now, so obviously in the exact same car, the drivers are close enough that they are kind of staying next to each other right now. Now Oliver's starting to get a little bit of a gap. Put you on neutral for the moment. You're so slow. We'll get there. We'll get there. I think by the midpoint of the season, we are no longer guaranteed dead last. I think it's like the board expects 9th. That is a tall order to get 9th place. I'll put you on neutral as well. You can say you just came in for a pit and you're just now. Yeah, that's not good.
Like a couple laps or sooner than that?
No, we just spun. No good. Does that knock out your tires a bit more? I think you're mostly okay. Might have to come in. Yeah, you have to come in a little sooner, but it's gonna be fine. Yeah. At least you didn't crash. Take it. We'll take it. Tires are relatively cheap, and by that, I'm assuming these tires probably cost tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a piece or something crazy. But in the world of, no, probably not that much. Probably good $10,000, $20,000 a piece though. I wouldn't be surprised about that. But I'm assuming tires are cheaper than parts is what I meant by that statement. All right, let's get in here, get into our next set of mediums. And I don't know, just go ahead and we'll attack out here. Actually, we want to top up. We want to attack out, coming out of this, I think.
Box now, box now.
Go watch you, Mr. Marty. Come in for our very first pit stop. We're going to have to bring Oliver in for his pit, actually. Looks like a lap early. Not too big of a problem. Come on, pit crew, let's go. Yeah. 2.8's not great. 2.7, anything under 2.7 would be amazing this early in the season. Alright, we're going to attack for this. Actually, no, we're going to wait till we get a little bit of temperature, and then we will attack. In the meantime, let's go find Oliver. He's about to come in for his pit. Come on, pit crew. Let's do better. Alright, let's go ahead and attack. We will drop this down to that, and we'll deploy. Yeah, terrible pits. We got our work cut out for us. We're so far behind everybody else. It's crazy. We're just doing our thing. I'm not worried about anybody else. We're already getting lapped. Alright, we're going to go ahead and settle back into our strategy then. There's really no point in doing anything. If we're going to get lapped, we're going to be slowing down, and it's not going to help anything. We'll just settle into our strategy. No harm. All right, we'll speed back up. Get through this phase. Get one more chance to... I mean, I'd be happy with an under 2.7. Even if we don't get on the list of top 10 for pits. Get an under 2.7. That'd be nice.
Oh dear, that's not a good stop. And there's been a slow pit stop.
I mean, we overtake Zhao, but he just came in for his pit, so it doesn't mean anything. Someday, we're gonna get up there, guys. We'll be there. Oh, Ferrari winning right now. Did Red Bull must come in for pits or something? It does feel like the slowdown for people passing you is more pronounced than I remember it from last year. Like we literally, not only do we move over, because I thought last year you just moved over. This year it feels like you move over and slow down, which is really detrimental. I love that the strategies automatically change your settings when they come in. So they're automatically, even if we were on attack before, they come out on whatever strategy we had set, which is convenient. Should have plenty of fuel to get to this, so it should be fine. I mean, honestly, 6 seconds behind, 7 seconds behind. I might call that a victory. Okay, now it's 9 seconds. We must have gotten lapped again. Every time we get lapped, we slow down just a little bit more. I mean, if I was running a legit... Do I actually want to try to... We're 4 seconds away. Like, do we have a chance? I don't know. We'll keep it going as we are. Are they just low on tire? No. Yeah, they're lower on tires than we are. We're at 60%. Huh. I mean, are we... Is there even a slim chance we could get 20th? I don't think so, but it would be pretty awesome. Slow down speed 8. Let's watch this. Here comes Behrman around Zhao. Within 3 seconds at the moment. Three laps to go. Do we start attacking a little bit more? Try to catch him? I don't know. I think we'll wait till there's 2 laps to go. As long as we don't get lapped again, which we might here by Piastri. Okay, that's 2 laps to go when we cross the line right here. All right, let's go ahead. Let's try something. Let's see what we can do. We're gonna go ahead and go on aggressive. And we can go full attack, I think. And we're gonna go full deploy. Let's go for it. Let's see if we can catch him. That's all the fuel we had. The reason I'm okay with pushing is because we got lapped. We're not going to go all the way to the end here. So our line is actually better than it looks. Let's actually watch him. See if we can catch up here. I mean, he's going to be in DRS right here. Okay. I mean, keep pushing, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, he's right on our tail. We know that. Obviously, these guys had a mistake somewhere. That's the only reason we're even this close, I would imagine. We can push a little tiny smidge of fuel here. Come on, come on. There's no more DRS, so I think
over the finish line,
we might be all right. There's a tiny bit of DRS at the very end, but I don't think it's enough for them to catch us.
That will be the checkered flag.
We'll take 20th. I mean, it'd be awesome to get 20th and 21st someday, because that'll get us double money, but 20th is... That's legit, guys. We were not dead last. That is legit. Wow, I'm happy. Did not expect us to catch that. That's Behrman. He raced a good race there.
And that's another race done for Fernando.
I realize I'm getting excited about passing one person the entire race, but I wasn't expecting it. So, yeah. Hey! I did not know. I didn't even see that pit stop. I wasn't paying attention. We did get on the board here. Under 2.6. That is pretty awesome, actually. And that's not that bad either. Another under 2.7. I'm happy with those pit stops. And it's only going to get better. Oliver! Good job, buddy. Let's go ahead and make sure we continue to upgrade. Oh, we don't... Oh, that's already max level? No. Oh, it was being weird. Keep pumping that up as much as we can. Very cool. I'm happy with that. No driver points, unfortunately, yet, but that's all right. Our affiliates haven't really... Actually, I didn't even go configure their stuff yet. There's this Isaac guy. We could always bring him on as an affiliate, I suppose. Probably gonna be too expensive for us, though. And here's... Okay, so I do like this post-race breakdown, though. It's kind of cool. It does talk about how our car wasn't suited because our medium for speed performance was poor. It talks about how our car underperforms in DRS effectiveness. I mean, right now it's going to be everything, but maybe later on it helps a little bit more. We finished 20th, which was above target. Awesome. The best strategy was a 2-stop pit, which is pretty cool. So it does help a little bit with kind of some I felt more information here than I'm normally got last year, which is pretty cool. But there we go, guys. First race in the books. Not a bad result. Not dead last. So, well, one of the cars was, but you know what I mean. Not both cars dead last. So, I'm happy with that. But yeah, I think I'm going to bring you guys back pretty far into the future. We're probably going to be maybe April. We might play a couple offline and then come back in here and kind of have a check-in. Actually, probably what I'm going to do is I will bring you guys back when we've actually got parts, ready to roll. Is it ready to... Do we have new hours yet? One more day. Okay. Yeah, when we actually have parts built, that's probably when I will bring you guys back, because there's really not much to see until we've got some of our parts coming in, which will be, 22 plus 10, so 32 days or 33 days. So we'll get there. I'm excited though. I'm really looking forward to this season. I hope you guys are as well. I can't remember if I already said this about if you like the video, please like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I'm assuming I did. If I didn't, you guys know the spiel. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I do appreciate you guys watching though. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.